Now, in the last section, we have discussed about FM microwave terminal station. Now, in this section, we will discuss about the repeater station. And we know that there are three types of repeaters in microwave communication. That is RF to RF repeater, baseband repeaters and IF repeater. So depending upon which level we are processing the signal, we can classify the repeaters. So in this we can see the block diagram of IF repeater station. That is the incoming RF, it is being down converted to IF, further up converted to RF and then transmitted. So this shows a typical block diagram of a IF repeater. Now we know always for a repeater the incoming signal will be RF and the outgoing signal will also be RF. So if it is a IF repeater, in between these reception and the transmission, it has to be down converted and processed in the IF level. So when we are observing the block diagram, we can see that obviously we are getting a receiving RF signal. There is first of all RF section, again down converting into IF section, again up converting and transmitting in the RF ranges. So with the help of the channel separation and bandpass filter, we could eliminate the interference for the signal which is coming here for the receiving from the side of the receiver antenna. And with the help of receive modulator, what we are doing, we are down converting it into a IF frequency range, that is 70 megahertz. Then further with the help of this transmit modulator, we are up converting it to another RF frequency range. That is obvious thing to note here is that we are getting here 6180 megahertz, but we are transmitting here 6000 megahertz. So one thing to note here is that both the frequencies are here different. Now here we are using a single microwave generator. That is one part it is going to feed the transmit modulator and another along with the shift oscillator, that is here working in 180 megahertz, it is going to produce another RF carrier frequency. Okay, so instead of using two microwave generators, it is more simple if we are having such a type of construction. That is, we have used here single microwave generator along with the shift oscillator, which is going to simplify our whole of the circuitries. Okay, and another thing why we have used the two frequency ranges. So whatever RF frequency we are getting here, the same we are not being transmitting. So its reason will be explained in the subsequent slides. Now from this figure we have to understand here is that we need to have basically two microwave carrier supplies. But in this case, we have just used a single generator. That is, we have used it along with the shift oscillator. So here we can generate two signals, two required signals here with the help of a single generator. Okay. So, and also another thing to note here is that the second microwave carrier frequency, which is produced here, it has a difference or it is offset from the first one by this frequency value, by the shift oscillator frequency value. Okay, so this is actually a simple if you are using a single microwave generator along with the shift oscillator. So the figure shows a block diagram and the received RF signal, as I told, it enters the channel separation network and bandpass filter. So again we have to down convert our RF into IF and then IF processing, that is a shaping, amplifier, AGC or equalizer circuits are used. So if there is any envelope distortions due to the noise, obviously our random noise, it may distort our envelope, and also if there is any subharmonics, gain versus frequency, all these will be equalized, or the problems can be avoided with the help of such reshaping circuits. And again then we have to up convert. For that we use a transmit modulator for up converting the IF to RF. Now here another thing to remember here is that only a single microwave generator is used, which is going to feed both the transmit modulator and the receiver modulator with the RF carrier signal. Okay, so all these together, it will allow the repeater station to receive one RF carrier frequency, down convert to IF, then up convert to RF carrier frequency. So whatever RF carrier frequency it is receiving, it is being down converted to IF, it is up converted again to RF. But what is the difference here? Both these RF carrier frequencies, they are going to be different. They are not going to remain the same. So this type is called as a high-low microwave repeater station. Okay, so we are having two microwave carriers apply for the down and up converting process. And the reason here is explained for why we are not using two microwave generator. That one I have already explained. So one output from the microwave generator, it is being fed directly to the transmit modulator, and another output it is mixed with our shift oscillator signal to produce second microwave carrier frequency. Now, here it is a figure shown for our high-low microwave system. So in the block diagram also we have seen that we was actually transmitting say 6000 megahertz while we received 6180 megahertz. So what is the reason for this high-low microwave system? That is being explained here. Now see this first block diagram, if you are observing, we are getting one RF carrier frequency say F1, and we are transmitting here the same frequency F1. Now what happens if a station D, it is going to simultaneously receive the signals from station B and station C? Obviously it will result in interference, and we may not get the desired output. Now if we are going to actually receive one frequency and transmit another frequency, this problem, that is a problem of multi-hop interference, it could be avoided. Okay, so that is the main reason why we are transmitting one RF frequency which is different from our received RF carrier frequency. So basically it is going to reduce our multi-hop interference. And another reason is because of the back lobes which is being produced by the antenna. Okay, so there may be some leakage from the antenna. So even if you are saying that the front to back ratio for a antenna is good, even though there may be a small power which is radiated backwards. Okay, so to prevent these two, that is a multi-hop interference, and also about the considering the front to back ratio, we have this particular system. We have the high-low microwave system. So this is multi-hop interference, that is if a station D receiving transmission simultaneously from B and C, then it is called as multi-hop interference. Okay, so to prevent that, what we do is that the whole allocated bandwidth will be divided into half, creating a low frequency band and a high frequency band. So each station, it is going to alternate from a low band to a high band and vice versa. So if it receives a low, it transmits a high, and other vice versa. Okay, so if you are considering the high-low microwave system, if a reception is being caused at say station D, that is simultaneously from B and C it is getting the signals, then what will happen if you are having a high-low microwave system? The transmission from station B, if it is received by D, it will be rejected in the channel separation network and will cause no interference. Whereas if we are transmitting and receiving the same frequency, obviously interference will be the result. Okay, so if it receives a low band, it will transmit a high and vice versa. Then only one time a problem can be caused is when a transmission from one station is received from another station, that is 3 hops away. That is, we are speaking about these terminal stations and these repeater stations which are in line of sight, and if they are in a straight line, then this problem may occur for a station which is being 3 hops away. But however, interference is being avoided up to some extent. Now, the another reason when we are considering about this high-low frequency scheme is regarding the leak occurring from the back and the sides of a antenna which is being transmitting. Okay, so the leak out of the back and side of a transmit antenna from interfering with the signal entering the input of a nearby antenna. So this condition is called as a ring around condition. So even if the antenna, we say that they have got a good front to back ratio, then also a small percentage of leakage may occur. Okay, so a small amount of power can be radiated out from the back of the antenna, which may be quite substantial compared with the normal received carrier power in a system. So if the transmit and the receive carrier frequencies, they are different, like we have seen in the case of a high-low microwave system, then the filters in the receiver separation network, they will prevent ring around from occurring. So due to these two reasons, to prevent multi-hop interference and to prevent ring around condition only, we employ the high-low microwave system. So this disadvantage only of this particular system is regarding the number of channels available. That is, we know that we have to divide the bandwidth into half. But otherwise, this arrangement, it is going to provide a high degree of synchronization, and the advantages that it is preventing both the ring around as well as the multi-hop interference. So in this section, we have discussed about the block diagram for a microwave radio IF repeater and the brief explanation of why we are going to use two different RF carrier frequency for a single IF repeater system.